I am joined today by Dave Dalone. Dave is the guitar player for Swedish melodic rock band H.E.A.T. Since H.E.A.T formed in 2007, they have played huge gigs like Sweden Rock Festival, played with bands like Toto, Sabaton, Scorpions, Alice Cooper, so many more. H.E.A.T will release their 7th studio record. Wow, 7 already. Called Force Majeure on August 5th via Ear Music. And Dave, it's a pleasure to have you, man.
Thank you, man. It's good to be here.
This new record, it's something, man. It's a typical H.E.A.T record. And that's what we want, I think. You know, it's kind of like AC/DC, you know what I mean? You get AC/DC when they put a record out, you know, you're not going to get something way off the rails. This is a typical...
So you're telling we're predictable?
But we love
yes,
that.
We are. Yeah, me too. I mean, we love what we do, and why not keep doing it, you know?
Yeah. What you do really well.
Thank you, man.
I mean, the best melodic rock band that I can think of. Really. I mean, I
thank you.
I just love what you've done in the past, what you did with this record. It's just always great structure to the music. And you know, even with the changes, you've got Kenny back in the fold. Kenny Leckremo, your original singer. Eric leaving the band. It doesn't matter. You know,
keep on keeping on, you know.
Yeah. How does having Kenny back in the band affect the band dynamic? Did it affect the band dynamic at all?
Well, it did. I mean, first of all, Kenny, he's been in the band before, so we were quite familiar with the sort of the dynamics, you know. Mm-hmm. But he's a different person, you know. So, and it felt a bit like we were thrown back in time, 10 years, you know.
Yeah.
Because he's been in the band before. So, but it worked out pretty good. I mean, he came in with such an energy, and it's been like it's almost like, you know, when I think of it, I think of him like being one of the bulls standing in, you know, before they go out in the bullfighting or whatever it's called, you know. He's been longing for this opportunity, it felt like, you know. So that was kind of it's kind of nice to have that sort of energy back in the band, you know.
Yeah You know, that you don't get that with somebody who's been in a band for, you know, decades.
I mean,
you know, going on exactly. 2 decades almost. He's
been doing he's been you know, on his own for quite some time, and he didn't have a band for 10 years. So, and I guess he somehow, you know, felt that he wanted to be back in a band, you know. And, like I said, he's been waiting for the opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to have him back. I mean, he sounds great. He sounds like he's you know, just got unleashed. He's you know, it's got
that's a good saying.
Yeah, totally. Great energy there. Do you play the same with, you know, a different singer there? You know, is it
guitar wise, or?
Yeah. I mean, do you know, like when you're writing for the parts and stuff like that, do you think about who's going to be singing it?
Well, a little bit. I mean, I always try to, you know, both me and Jonah, who writes a lot of the material as well. Mm-hmm. I think we both trying to, you know, maximize the potential of whoever's singing, you know. So we take advantage of the strengths of each person, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's important because they are different singers, you know. And there's going to be a bit different in terms of songwriting as well. But in the, you know, as a whole, it's not that much of a difference. But you know, it's in the details, you know.
Yeah, and you keep it in mind. That's, you know, that's great.
Sometimes and sometimes not, maybe.
Right. Anything in particular you were looking to do with this record, to bring out something, draw attention to something more, a little more, a few more guitar solos maybe, or to really highlight something. Was there anything in particular with this record?
Well, I'm always pro guitar. Surprise, surprise.
Well,
no, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, well, and that's one thing I think we don't get a lot of in a lot of the music that's coming out today. The guitar solos aren't necessarily
the focus of a song.
Yeah. And you guys, I mean, you're playing a lot. But it's not taking over the song either. You play
that's good.
The song. Yeah, I mean, it really fits all well together, which I think makes the band a little extra special.
Thank you. I mean, I love playing, and I think, I mean, when you start to think about like, no, we can't have a guitar solo that's too long or whatever, that's when it gets boring for me. I want to do I just do what I feel is necessary for the song, no matter the cost, or I don't know how to put it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. And I think these songs benefit from those solos for sure. They don't take over the song, and the song,
that's good.
the song keeps its structure, but it really has these great features, guitar features. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
You and Jonah writing the bulk of the music, same on this record?
Sort of, yeah.
I
stepped down a little bit, but still wrote quite plenty. Me, Jonah, and Kenny. Okay. So,
No, it had to be difficult. When Kenny came back into the band, it was 2020. The apocalypse had hit. Right around that time, first COVID. How did that change the songwriting process, the typical songwriting process? Were you separate, doing it like we're talking now, or were you able to get in a room?
No, we were able to me and Jonah have a studio here in Stockholm, so we pretty much hang out and every week, a couple of days being in the studio. So COVID didn't really affect the songwriting process at all, I think. Wow. And Kenny, he's living in Spain, so he was in Stockholm most of the time as well during the writing process. But we had some songs that were been laying around as well for a couple of years.
Wow. Yeah. I don't hear that much. COVID didn't really have an effect, because there are so many bands that just I talked to bands and they did nothing over COVID.
I mean,
very difficult.
Yeah, I mean, we're affected by it. I can't deny that, but it's mostly the live part, not being able to play live. That sucks. But the writing and the music writing and everything that happens in the studio still happen,
Yeah. Now you mentioned the studio, and Tobias Lindell produced the last 4 before this one, I think.
Something like that, 3 maybe. Yeah.
Okay. 3. Yeah. Not producing this one. You decided to produce it yourself. Why the change? Why not bring Tobias in on this one?
Well, actually, we produced the previous record before this one as well by ourselves. So it was the record before that he produced. But yeah, I mean, we always sort of produced ourselves in a sense. We had even since the first album, we had a pretty clear picture and a vision of sound wise, and how to do it and what to do, how to do it. Mm-hmm. So but I guess it's great to have a producer that's coming from the outside, right. Especially since you've been a band for so long, it's a bit harder for someone to take the leader position,
sure,
because and that's pretty nice if you have an external producer to come in and take that role, and right. be the guy that get things done, you know. But other than that, I mean, we've been doing it for quite some time, and, you know, I guess just, you know, works out.
Yeah, it sure did. It's a sharp sounding record, man. It is
Thanks,
really
man.
sharp. Oh, it's
Tobias did mix it though.
Oh, he did?
Mixed,
Okay.
yeah, he did mix this one and the last one as well.
Right. Yeah, I thought he was involved in the last one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and it is a great mix, to his credit, for sure. Yeah. And that's something too that, you know, I don't always hear with a lot of music now is the mix. You know, I hear everything on this record.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. Tobias is great.
Yeah, without leveling everything off, you know, I am hearing everything. I can hear the bass come in. I hear all those little cymbals and bells and stuff. It's really great. Going back to the H.E.A.T 2 record, the last one, I think the band saw it as an updated debut, kind of a rebirth for you guys, hence the title. Do you feel like this record has continued that path, that because it's a little heavier path maybe on that record? Do you feel like this record has continued on that same path?
I think yes and no. I mean, it's still it's sort of a I mean, we're still on the same track, you know, but since Kenny came on, I mean, it's been a bit like, you know, our first album was quite melodic, and it was sort of pretty much AOR, you know.
Right.
So I guess this album might be a bit more of, oh, sorry, I got stuff going on here. Sorry.
No problem. There you are.
Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. There was something happened there on the display, so I freaked out.
Yeah, I've been there, believe me.
Technology, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, but so yeah, I think the new album is sort of similar to the last one, but I mean, I think it's a bit more melodic in a sense, and yeah, since Kenny is a bit different as a singer, that's sort of the natural progression, I think. Go a bit more melodic.
Yeah, and you know, but he does have his heavy side is heavy.
It gets some it gets some grit to it. Yeah,
it really does. It has a lot of grit to it. The deal with your music, what's it look like for the band? You know, how many records are you signed on for? Do you have a contract for a length of time with them?
I think we actually just signed a new contract with a German label called Ear Music, and it's actually been we worked with them before, but not this close. And we were on a Swedish label, and they licensed it to this German label. But now we're directly under them. So I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, but I think it's like 3 albums or something.
Fantastic.
But I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it.
Right. Yeah.
I just write music and play.
Yeah, not the business guy. Yeah, that's the red tape. None of us really need.
Boring stuff.
Yes, absolutely. Your upbringing. You obviously are very a technical player, somebody who's really
A bit,
sharp.
maybe.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I hear, I listen to your solos, the way you play, and I think this is a very schooled musician, that plays with a lot of feel, but very technical. What was your upbringing like, and your formal training?
Didn't have much formal training. Uh, I took a couple of lessons when I was like 12 or something. No, 11. And then I broke my arm, and then I quit after a couple lessons. But it was a really good teacher. He was like jamming, and he like told me, yeah, you can do. He showed me the pentatonic scale. You know,
Mhm.
like one of the first things he did was do that, and that I'm very grateful to him for showing me that and allowing me to just jam. And you know, instead of you're gonna play this note and blah blah blah, you're gonna learn this. You know, we just jammed it out, and that was great.
Yeah.
But then, you know, then I quit playing, and then I discovered hard rock, you know, like Guns N' Roses and ZZ Top, and you know, Iron Maiden, you know, whatever. And that's what, you know, got me really hooked. You know. And then from there, I quickly like went towards like, because I've always been like crazy obsessed with the 80s for some reason. Like since I was about 11 or 12, I've been, you know, collecting fucking magazines from the 80s, and you know, everything 80s.
Yeah,
So
I think, doesn't everybody love the 80s? I don't know anybody that doesn't like the 80s. I mean, come on.
no, it's true. There's something with that, you know, that period
Yeah,
in time that's it's magic, man.
it is. It is. And
Yeah,
I think you guys bring a lot of that, the melodic sound from the 80s. Um,
yeah,
I think a keyboard has a lot to do with it. A lot of
yeah.
keyboard.
Of course, yeah,
But you know, I mean, even like, you know, the one-hit wonders of the 80s and the, you
yeah,
know, that kind of thing. I hear a
yeah,
lot of that. As heavy as you guys are, that when you guys, your melodic lines are very much in that same vein.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe, yeah. I
I
mean,
love that.
yeah. I mean, I think all of us in the band um, we listen to a lot of music, not just, you know, rock music. We listen to all sorts of music, and I guess that's one of the reasons why you sort of build sense, a melodic, like sort of um, a good like sense of melodies and stuff like that
Yeah. Yeah.
by listening to all kinds of music, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. Now you left the band for a few years,
Yeah,
around 2013. Didn't play on one album, Tearing Down the Walls record.
yeah.
How do you feel about that record? Do you feel a gap there, a distance from that record? And is that in the live set? Do you play that music?
Yeah, of course. I love it. I mean,
Okay.
I quit the band like just before they went into the studio. So I've been through the whole, you know, process of making the songs, not like every song, but some songs was still in, like I was still in the band and wrote for the record. So I mean, I love that record. I think it's even more fun sometimes, you know, to play those songs because, you know, it's sort of, I haven't played them as much, you know.
Right. Right.
So it feels kind of nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that record.
Yeah, that's great to hear because, you know,
Yeah.
like in a live setting, I'd love to hear your spin on it, you know, because
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
not on the record, you know. That's
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's really cool.
Sure.
You've produced a few bands, Captain Blackbeard,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
played and produced Robin Red.
Yeah.
You ever think about a solo career, especially around that time you left the band? Did you ever think about like a solo record of your own?
You know, these are the type of things that I've been thinking about for a long time, but then, you know, for some reason it just never happens.
Right.
I guess I'm more comfortable like creating music is sort of what I do, you know. Performing it is just second hand or whatever you want to call it. I mean, I love performing, but for me, the main thing is writing and recording and just creating.
Yeah,
that's why I do it.
Yeah, it's great to hear you on these different things too. And those two bands that I mentioned, just more great music. It's really
Thanks,
great
man.
what you're doing all around.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
very cool. I saw a video clip of the Monsters of Rock cruise.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. That's a dream show for me to see that. That's just got to be a great setting, great atmosphere.
Fantastic.
Yeah, everybody's really focused. It's great, and everybody's having a great time.
So you've been there or no?
I have not.
Okay.
I see these clips and everything, and I would love to go on a cruise. And a cruise with having music like yourself playing all day long, all night. That's a dream come true.
It's really something. I mean, me as a artist as well. I mean, performing. It's a great, like, it's almost like a festival that's just a good festival. That just keeps going. When you can watch bands and you meet so much nice people, and it's just good vibes.
Yeah, and it looks that way. It really does. Everybody's in their own slice of heaven there. It's really pretty great. I think everybody wants a piece of that. Is there a dream gig for you? Like something that like for a lot of American artists, especially on the East Coast, it's Madison Square Garden. Or LA, you got like the Whiskey. Everybody wants to kind of play the Whiskey. For you, is there a certain venue or a certain setting that is a dream kind of setting for you?
Oof. I mean, there has been. I remember being like, when I was younger, I made this little book when I was younger. Like, it was a book about myself. It was some sort of in school, like a like a task, and I wrote that I wanted to play like on an oil rig. That's quite strange.
Oh, wow!
But but other than that, it was an oil rig, like and there were people around on boats, like 10,000 of people, in the ocean around. It was really strange. But anyway.
Wow. Where's that come from?
I don't know.
That's cool.
One of those things,
Cool.
Yeah, but no, I don't think I have like a something, a place or so that I really want to play. I mean, I love playing every place, and
it's great. I mean, your passion really shines through in the music and in yourself. It's just really, it's excellent, man. You got to get to Texas. I went to Texas. I'm a photographer as well, so I went to Texas, did this sunset cruise thing, and there's these giant oil rigs in the bay. I mean, giant. I should send you a photo somehow.
Awesome.
I have it's just the sunset with this oil rig. They're beautiful, really.
That's an 80s setting, the oil rigs in the sunset.
Kind of, right. So I mean, if you saw it, you would be like, I want to be up there playing my guitar. It's pretty cool. That is a really cool thought. I've never heard that one before.
No. I just remembered it now when you asked. I haven't thought about it since.
That's awesome.
But I mean, the South would be cool to play, like Texas, and even we never toured the States really. That would be like some sort of bucket list thing, cool. To go on a proper American tour. We never done that. So
for you and me both. It would be great to have you out here for sure. I'm in Chicago, so
we played Chicago actually once, I think, or twice. It's a great city. It's nice.
Yeah, yeah, we'd love to have you back for sure.
Yeah.
Biggest goals for you? I want to respect your time. I know you got a busy day, I'm sure.
Nice. So it's
The biggest goals for you in your life, in career. Is there something that you really still look to accomplish?
I mean, I think it's just like I want to have as much fun as possible, and keep playing this kind of music, just keep on building H.E.A.T,
Yeah,
and I think that's sort of the main goal, to just enjoy the time, and I don't have like a goal that I want to
Mhm.
earn this much money, or play in front of this amount of people or whatever. I just think it's fun to play,
Yeah,
and yeah, I want to enjoy my time here.
yeah,
That's
and
my main goal.
that's special, man. There's a lot of people looking to climb ladders and you get
Yeah,
things, and you know what I mean, and that's great.
yeah,
But just enjoy it for the art, for what
yeah,
it is, for the
yeah,
creation,
yeah,
is special. Yeah,
yeah. The goal is to create, keep creating it, and like I don't know how, if it's a goal, but I always I think about it sometimes, that the next album is going to be even better, and that's sort of a goal, because I do this, um, yeah, as time goes by, it's I try to um, just finding different angles, and try to bring something new to the table that I haven't really done. That's sort of my goal, to keep the progress in motion, sort of.
yeah, and it's great to have you out there doing it, and we've had a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of years of Heat, and it looks like we're going to have a lot more. It's
yep.
it's pretty special, man. Much appreciated. Are there any tour plans? Are you looking at getting on a few festivals out here, maybe North America? I know you're doing Sweden,
Yeah,
and probably
Sweden
the
and
rest of
Europe.
Europe, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, are you looking at doing North America?
Um, I mean, we looked into it like before the pandemic, but then when the pandemic hit us, it just like I don't know. We have no plans right now, but maybe in the future.
Okay, okay,
So we'll see. But it would be awesome to, as I said, to like do some sort of tour, or maybe like a yeah
yeah.
small tour in the US would be awesome.
It sure would, man. It sure would.
Fuck yeah.
All right, Dave. I'm gonna let
All
you
right,
go,
man.
man. And it's been awesome, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, looking forward to talking to you again, man.
Yeah, nice talking to you, man.
All right, you too. Take care.
Take care. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.